can't keep my hands to myself. No matter how hard I'm trying.
Guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. So as you guys know by the title, today's video is gonna be about DIY or fangirls, or you can say fangirls fangirling about DIY fangirls. Yes. Basically, I did a video exactly 1 year ago. Not exactly, but about 1 year ago. And I'm getting a lot of requests for making part 2 of it. So here you go. So let me tell you first. This DIY is both for boys and girls. And you don't have to be a believer to do this, make this DIY. You know what? Basically, I'm a huge believer, so I'm doing believer stuff here. But you can do it if you're a directioner, you're Swiftie, originator, or you like a lot of anime, you watch a lot of anime, or you are a K-popper. If you love reading books about that, also Harry Potter, anything, it can be anything. So be creative with it, like customize it your own. It's DIY, do it yourself. So yes, so for this video I made 3 kind of DIYs, which can be back to school as well as for fangirls. And these are the phone notebooks. I'm gonna show you guys how I made this, and a backpack, calendar, a customized calendar. So basically these are not a simple calendar, like I made these as a planner as well. As you can see, it can be your planner, you can plan your days, anything like that. And if you like this kind of video, please thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos. I'll try to post videos weekly. Comment down below which DIY was your favorite, so that I can know, so that we can talk. Yes, and comment down below from which fandom are you from. For this DIY backpack, I'm using the plain black bag. You can use any kind of bags, or you can recycle your old bags as well. First of all, I'm going to take off this logo or something like that to make it clear, plain. And now I'm going to add this straight embroidery. And for this one, I'm using alien one emoji, and I'm obsessed with alien emoji. I don't know why. Yes. And doing the same thing for Justin Bieber as well. You can also use fabric paint if you want, but I don't like how the paint turned out, so and now I'm hand stitching it with white thread, and that's it. For this DIY calendar, I'm using printouts of Justin Bieber, which I edited myself, 2 A4 size paper, and for this one I'm starting with March because it's his birthday, March 1st. For this one I googled 2016 calendar, and you can find a bunch of varieties on Google. You can choose among them. I chose this one. So basically what I'm doing right now is adding the printouts on top of the chart paper, or any paper like hard paper, you know what I mean, to make it steady. So guys, be very careful while you do it. Don't be messy like what I did. So try to be clean. Yes, as you can see, I just messed up. As you can see, white printouts can get messy quite easily, so I'm adding plastic on top of it. You can laminate it. I'm just way too lazy. As you can see, my plastic is quite reflective. light reflective, so I suggest you guys to use non-reflective plastics. I made this calendar as a planner as well. As you can see, there are boxes with numbers, tiny numbers in it, and notes on side. Yeah, so that I can write something, you know what I mean. And basically I'm going to punch hole on both sides of it. So this step is quite important, so don't forget to measure the distance between the punch holes. So it should be at equal distance. First of all, mark the place where you want to get the holes on. And do the same thing for the top part as well, and don't forget to measure it correctly because it can ruin everything. As you can see, I'm using rings to hold them together. Triangular rings. At first I thought triangular rings would look cuter, but it looked very weird, so I chose circular rings instead, gold circular rings, and they look so good on it. And that's it for the calendar. Now plan your months out, plan your day out, what you're doing. I'm just writing March 1 because it's kind of special for believers. For these DIY notebooks, I'm using printouts. These printouts I edited myself. I searched Justin Bieber smiles Justin Bieber's, and picked out a few of them and added "Cause baby you smile, I smile." That was like amazing thing. I think it turned out so good. For the first notebook, I'm using the clear notebook. As you can see, it's clear in front. So basically I was going to add this printout, but as you can see, the notebook is quite small, so I have to replace it with another. But I was quite satisfied. So what I'm doing right now is cutting the printouts and gluing it the front page. And for the next notebook, I'm using simple copy, or you can say notebook, which I already had in my home. And I just used white cover first and added and glued the printouts. You can use clear plastic cover to protect it. I didn't have it, so I'm not using it right now, but I will definitely be using it later on. And for the third notebook, I'm using pink A4 paper as a base, as a cover. And on top of that, I'm using the Hotline Bling printout. They are so freaking cool, and I decided to cut it out. And for the last notebook, I'm just using black chart paper and using white acrylic paint and doing the stripes.